Hi, welcome to all. Today we are going to discuss one important theorem, Cauchy's theorem for triangle. So in your examination, this question will be asked for 14 marks question. So let us see what is Cauchy's theorem for triangle. So before going to Cauchy's theorem for triangle, let us see one just a statement. Cauchy-Grosset theorem. So the statement is let f of z be analytic in a simply connected domain D and let C be any closed rectifiable curve contained in capital D, then we have to prove integral over C closed f of z dz is equals to 0. So this is Cauchy-Grosset theorem. So there is no proof for this, just a statement. Now let us see what is Cauchy's theorem for triangle. So the statement is let delta be any triangular contour contained in D. Since D is simply connected domain, then we have to prove integral over f of z dz is equals to 0. So this is the statement. Now let us see what is the proof. See, so the proof is first let us see. First, we join the midpoints of these sides by means of straight lines and thereby obtaining the four congruent subtriangles. See, right? See here. So this is one triangle. So this is one triangle. Now find the midpoints and join them. Okay. So we got on four triangles, 1, 2, 3 and 4. Okay. Now see it is the same. So therefore I am written like this. What? Integral over delta f of z dz is equals to integral over delta 1 f of z dz, similarly delta 2, similarly delta 3, similarly delta 4. Okay. So remember one point. So here, so observe this diagram. Wait. So observe this oh, wait. Observe this diagram. See, and observe this direction. So in first triangles, one direction is like this, another one direction is like this. Okay. In opposite direction, therefore cancel each other. So here this and this direction cancel, this and this direction cancel, so this and this direction is cancelled. Okay. Now coming to this, now coming to here. So see the equation 1, the equation 1 the equation 1 follows from the fact that each of the four triangles can be replaced by the sum of three integrals. Okay, sum of three integrals. Sum of three integrals taken along the separate sides of the triangle, so that six of the resulting triangles have sum equal to 0, because the one side the opposite sides are cancels each other. Okay, therefore only remaining we got only six integrals. So according to that, see, so from equation, for equation 1, take the modulus on both the sides, take the modulus on both the sides, then we get then we get this equation. So for this equation split the modulus, then we get equation 2. Therefore I am taking modulus of integral over f of z dz, I am taking m. So this is equation 3. Okay. Now from equation 2 it follows that at least one of the term on RHS must be less than m by 4. That triangle I am taking delta 1 of the 4 triangle. See, it means so see here 4 triangles are there, 1, 2, 3 and 4. Out of these 4 triangle, which one is less than m by 4? That triangle I am taking delta 1. Okay. Now delta 1 such that delta 1 satisfies the inequality modulus of integral over delta 1 f of z dz is greater than m by 4. Now 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 our job is, we are already taken one delta as delta 1. Now that delta 1 we have to divide. Okay, then divide, then we get and 4 triangles. Okay, uh, continue the process, we get this, we get this equation. What? Modulus of integral over delta 2 f of z dz is greater than 1 by 4 into m by 4. This is equals to m by 4. And continue the process, we get a nested triangles delta is equal to delta 1, delta 2 and so on, such that. Okay, now we have to define some properties. So this is first one is what? Delta n plus 1 is properly contained in delta n, and second one is the length of delta n is equals to L by 2n, that I am taking Ln, where L is the length of the triangle. And third one is each triangle is contained in delta. And fourth one is modulus of integral over delta n f of z dz is greater than m by 4n. So these are the 4 conditions we have defined. Now wait now Now by the definition of differentiability, so this is the definition of differentiability, right? So limit z tends to z naught f of z minus f of z naught divided by z minus z naught is equals to f dash of z naught. So this is definition of differentiability. So it can also be written as like this, what? Modulus of f of z minus f of z naught divided by z minus z naught minus f dash of z naught is less than epsilon. So this much only I am taking, h of z. Okay, therefore h of z is less than epsilon. Okay, now for in this equation take LCM, in this equation take LCM and simplify, we get equation 5. Okay, we get equation 5. Now so integrate equation 5 over delta n, we get equation 6. Okay, now our job is, we have to find the values of this integral and this integral. So and remember, this integral over c dz is equals to 0. Therefore the first integral and second integral value is 0. So integration over any closed curve is 0. Therefore first and second integral value is 0. Okay, now we have to find this integral only. Now we have to find this integral only. So let us see how to find this. Okay, let us see how to find this. See, to evaluate integral over delta n z minus z naught h of z into dz. So remember this, what? We first note that the distance between any two points of the triangle delta n is cannot be exceeds the perimeter ln of delta n. So it means, see, it means symbolically it tells this, what, modulus of z minus z naught is less than or is equals to ln for z belongs to delta n. Okay, now this, so modulus of integral over delta n z minus z naught into h of z naught, sorry, h of z into dz is less than integral over delta n modulus of z minus z naught h of z dz. Okay, so remember this integral over dz is arc length. Okay, so integral over delta n, write as it is. So modulus of z minus z naught is ln. Okay, and modulus of s of z is less than epsilon, we know this, dz we can write as it is. Okay, now ln write as it is, epsilon is also write as it is. So modulus of dz is arc length of c, so arc length of c is ln, therefore we get epsilon ln square. Therefore modulus of integral delta n z minus z naught h of z dz is very much less than epsilon into, we know this ln value is l by 2n, so epsilon l by 2n whole square. So taking equation 10, now from equation 6, 7, 8 and 10 we obtain this inequality, what, modulus of integral over delta n f of z dz is less than epsilon into l by 2n whole square, and taking this as equation 11. Okay, now now so finally use condition 4 in equation 11, substitute condition 4 in equation 11, we get this, what, modulus of integral over delta f of z dz is very much less than 4n modulus of integral over n f of z dz. Okay, so this is less than 4 to the power n epsilon, so its value is, so its value is epsilon into l by 2n whole square. So then we get it is less than 4 to the power n epsilon l by 2n whole square. So this is less than or is equals to 4n into epsilon l square by 4 to the power n. So here 4 to the power n, 4 to the power n gets cancelled, then we get this equation 12. So and remember, we know this epsilon is arbitrary and very small, therefore we conclude that integral over delta f of z dz is equals to 0. So this is the theorem of Cauchy's theorem for triangle. So similarly in the same lines you can prove yourself what Cauchy's theorem for rectangle. Thank you so much.